Hi, I'm Jan Johnson, and thank you so much for tuning in. I'm really glad that you did. And if you've been following my blog for any length of time, you know that I'm a storyteller, you know that I'm in network marketing, and you know that I believe, like most leaders in network marketing do, that network marketing is all about stories. Life is really all about stories as far as I'm concerned. But in network marketing, we consider it a storytelling business. So the mission of this blog and the mission that I have is to help you become a better storyteller. So what I'm going to do today and over the next several days is give you some pointers that you can utilize in your quest to becoming a better storyteller and therefore hopefully a better network marketer. And first of all, I want to share with you that stories have power. They engage us, they inspire us, they motivate us, they teach us, and they help us visualize things. And so it's really important that we realize that. You know, we're all excellent storytelling consumers. We love good stories. We go to movies, we read books. We're enthralled when we run into a good storyteller. But by the same token, we can shy away from using them our own selves, especially in our business. And so I'm going to give you some pointers this week and over the next several days that will help you. The first one that I'm going to talk about is using people in your stories, because really this is a people business that we're in. And when you can use people in your stories, it helps people visualize or understand what you're talking about. So I'm going to give you an example of that. If you're trying to tell about your compensation plan, for instance, rather than just talking about the compensation plan, if you can use an instance and involve people, real live people in that instance in a storytelling capacity, you'll help others understand what you're trying to convey in a better fashion than you would if you didn't do that. I can remember in the first network marketing company that I was with, our compensation plan was such that when you got to a certain level, after that, anybody you brought in, you got a bonus for anyone they brought in and they brought in and they brought in. You had to get to a certain level first. So I was in a situation where I was almost at that next level. I had one more person to put in that would be the first level, and then the next person would go into the second level. And I had two people that wanted to join. So here I was in a quandary over which one to put in first. Now the two people that I had that wanted to join, one of them was an executive at IBM, a peer of mine, who moved on from IBM to become a big part of Celestial Seasonings tea and that kind of thing. And I thought, oh my gosh, here's a powerful person, should be awesome and build this business in a huge fashion. The other one was a really good friend of mine who had done a lot of favors for me, owned the very first rental that I had ever rented in Colorado and always been there for me. She was a dynamic woman, but hadn't really been in the business world in my mind. And so therefore, I decided to put that person, Edie, in the first group as the last person there, and Marie, the IBMer, in the new group that would then from her generate bonuses from every person that came out of her. I made a mental decision to do that. Turned out that Edie, who I put in the first group, brought in 5,000 people to the team. And Marie, who I judged would go out and really go after the business, put in only 3. So I use those two people and their stories to convey when I'm sharing with people in my network marketing business. When people are trying to judge who to put in one or what person to go after, I always tell them, you're never going to know. You can't ever judge. And I refer back to that story. Or if I'm trying to convey a compensation plan that uses that as an example, they maybe have a particular compensation plan that's very simple, I go back to that story. And I use those two people and their names in particular and tell stories about them, because this makes it stick with the people that are hearing that story. I hope this video helped you. If it did, please comment and share. And thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to be more points tomorrow on what to interject into your stories. Thanks a lot. I'm Jan Johnson, thejanjohnson.com.